The last
Hang on.
socially acceptable form of discrimination.
Hang on, where's the third?
Yeah, I'm strawberry blonde.
Oh, yeah, that is ginger. Actually, that's more ginger than your brother.
Right, moving on, let's go.
What team have you seen you on?
I'm on his team.
You good?
All rolling, yeah. I thought we already started it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I quite like that.
Fair enough.
That's going.
Well, hello and welcome to the first episode of the Cereals podcast for the official Cereals event. As we build towards Cereals 2026 and its new home here at Diddley Squat Farm in the Cotswolds, we are going to profile the people, the ideas and the innovations shaping arable farming today. In this first episode, kindly sponsored by Premium Crops, we're going to give you an idea as to what to expect at Cereals 2026, some information about the farm and the work that's going on site to date. I, of course, am joined by a stellar panel for this podcast, and some of those who you will know and some who you won't. So I'm going to go round and we're going to introduce ourselves. To my left, Nigel.
Yeah, Nigel Padbury. I'm Seeds and Marketing Manager with Premium Crops.
And what's Premium Crops' involvement with cereals this year?
Cereals, we are registration sponsors for cereals this year. We've been long supporters of cereals. Probably best event in the agricultural calendar.
Fantastic. Caleb, you don't need too much of an introduction, but
No, I'll do a little bit. I'll do a little one.
Yeah, crack on.
Caleb Cooper Contracting, doing all the work for cereals this year, and which there is a lot of it. I didn't realise how much work actually goes into the making of cereals. I appreciate it much more now.
And Kieran, I'll skip you for a minute, Sean. Following on from that, you've been heavily involved here as well.
Yeah, I'm Kieran. Part of Kieran Cooper, part of Caleb Cooper Contracting. And yes, there is a lot of work done. And everyone around here is very much appreciated that cereals is going to come.
Yeah, I think the farmers are. I think
People around here are more happy that it's here than anywhere else. It's local and stuff like that. So it's the first year that they come in.
And on behalf
I get a lot of phone calls of people going, "Why have you just marked out an area in the middle of your field? What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, catch up, mate. We're having cereals."
Yeah,
Oh, are you? Oh, amazing.
It's weird, isn't it? It looks weird that there's just a little bit of ploughed there,
and then
the rest of the field's green. Just like.
And Sean Coleman, Sensor Manager at NIAB. What's your involvement in cereals?
So my involvement in cereals is we have our own stand here, and also the soil hole stand we manage, and we manage a handful of the crop plots for some of the other companies as well. So I've been doing this for probably getting on for 20 years now in various formats.
Yeah, excellent. And the man very much behind the scenes, but we are slowly and surely bringing him out from behind the scenes. A very, very important part of the cereals team is Jonathan Backhouse.
Yeah, Jonathan Backhouse. I've been with cereals for getting on 5 years now. This will be my 5th event that we're building up to. I'm the Arable manager, look after the vast majority of the crop plots, the plots which Sean doesn't have an involvement with, and also sort of guiding the host farmer or contractor in this case on the preparation work, building up to the event.
Much appreciated, just to let you all know. To have someone on site with us, helping us out.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the man who needs no introduction, Charlie Ireland, who in a professional capacity is managing partner at Ceres Rural. Charlie.
Hello. So I'm Charlie Ireland. I'm the sort of oversee the farm management here at Diddley with Caleb before he gets.
See, he's paid to say that. He's paid to say that. Who's giving you a little bit of a backhander? You never normally say that normally.
Okay, I'm in charge
There
of
we
farm
go.
management.
There he is.
That's more like
There he is. He's back.
No. So I work very closely with Caleb and Kieran on the farming front here, and particularly for cereals. You know, there's with Jono as well, to make sure that it looks immaculate for the event. So yeah, it's very exciting, and yeah, I suppose it's the scale, isn't it? You know, the plots. I think you just think, you know, broadacre farming now. You just crack on and do, you know, that field, whereas we're working on 3 or 4 metre by 2 metre plots, and actually that is when we said I think that was highlighted by the fact that well, just give us the what 3 words. No, that's not accurate enough. We want it down
No,
to...
it's not. It's down to the inch, isn't
It's
it?
down to the
Yeah,
inch.
yeah.
Down to the inch, which, you know, when you've got 200 horsepower tractors, you know, 6 metre cultivators, the inch is pretty...
And can we have them triangular and circular? And
Well, you do, don't you, Nigel? Yeah. Yeah, which we like.
throw that one in
you
as
can have
well.
them whatever shape you would like, and
done one
we'll
already.
certainly deliver a different shape. We'll differ. We're quite Dali in our interpretation of your shapes.
It's always good.
As you mentioned, Kieran, it's very strange looking at it in a big, massive field.
Oh, God,
you have
yeah,
these
yeah.
tiny plots, and certainly when I visited cereal sites before, there's a field of nothingness, and then you have the plots. But then when you see it at the event, you see how everything comes together, and it's really quite a spectacle.
Absolutely, yeah. What we should have done was just ploughed the whole field instead of the little bits. But I mean, we ruined the grass that we've already put in there,
Of course.
and it looks better with it as
It looks like
it's
you
established
just
now.
scratch around like a chicken in the middle of a field, doesn't it? That's what it looks like from afar. If I'm looking over the head, why is he scratching around in the middle of his field like that? Yeah, what's going on? You know, but it, I mean, it looks good up there actually now. We've overseeded it in terms of all the
very lot
grass
of
that's
stone.
there.
There's
There's a lot of stone. There's a lot of
Done
stone.
a lot of points.
Yeah. The wear in metal this year has been unbelievable because, of course, it's go, go, go.
It's
And, of
different
course, it's
from
been so dry.
Yeah, it's different from our usual sites in the east of England.
Yeah.
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 What I can't believe is that you plant oilseed. I mean, we haven't drilled oilseed rape for what, 3 years now? I think it is, maybe 4. And
Since you decided to grow it, Caleb.
yeah,
Do you
now I've
remember?
decided not
your
to.
decision. It was
Oh,
your.
right.
I looked the other day. It was definitely your decision to grow the rape.
I think it was a combined one, but it's fine. I'll take it on the chin. No, I mean, we haven't grown it for what, 3-4 years because, of course, the flea beetle just demolishes it around this area of the country. And then, of course, when you was like, oh, we got to get the oilseed rape plots planted, I was like, no way. Then, of course, I see the little patch and then the insecticide net go over the top. I was like, right, that's how you do it. That's where we're going wrong.
Yeah, do
we
that on
haven't
the field
netted
scale.
the entire field.
That is where I'm
so
going to invent
on
something
last-
that unfolds it on the front of the tractor.
On Friday, when we came around to have our chat with Jono, he's like, "Can we take the nets off now?" I was like, "No."
No, don't do that.
why would we do that?
Get one in there, they're everywhere.
Decent margin on oilseed rape at the minute. I'm sure you could cover your costs with the netting if you did 60 acres.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm going to invent something on the front of the tractor. I mean, this is going to go out and everyone's going to steal my idea.
but it's
But
not. It's
no, you heard it here first. But I'm going to invent something that unfolds. As you drive down the field, you drive down the middle tram line and it unfolds it for you.
Well, they do have it for the likes of Swedes and carrots and that sort of
Sounds
thing.
better if I say I've decided that we're going to do it.
It's been done before.
I'll nick their idea and then say I've decided for rape.
it's not dissimilar to the plastic on mates.
Carrots and so on.
Mate, yeah.
I think
It's biodegradable.
Different
now, isn't it?
fabric. And
So, but you mentioned we mentioned the soils. Let's be clear. I mean, I think the challenge is not necessarily the soil because the soil's very similar to. It's the same block of limestone that I'm going to get. This will get boring, by the way, over the next year. It's the same block of limestone that runs all the way through Northamptonshire into Lincolnshire and up to South Yorkshire. You know, so the stone content varies, but actually, I think the difference here is that we've pulled it out of a 2-year grass lay. Which Jeremy told me earlier wasn't very nice. It looks cracking at the moment.
Yeah, you don't know.
So,
Shit.
I suppose the challenge is that there's a bit of residue from that, you know, from the grass lay. But you know, this is modern
the
farming.
structure looks awesome, actually.
The structure is, yeah. Be interesting, Sean. Your soil hole, as you called it.
Yes.
I mean,
is that the one I'm not allowed to dig?
how deep?
It's a big hole.
How deep
It's
is
like
it?
a swimming pool. Metre and a half. It'll be 4 metres by 20 by about a metre and a half deep.
It'll just be
Where's this
stone.
It will, but it'll come out.
It'll come out.
I've done it before.
What worries me is it'll come back in.
But you'll see the roots from the grass lane.
Yeah.
It's been there all the way through that
You will,
that
and
stone profile.
And the crops that we're putting in, we've tailored it to the area a little bit. So there's herbal lay's going in, there's mustard going in. We've used the herbal lay that they've been using at Diddly Squat. So we hope to show out how it will penetrate through the stone and into the solid stone.
But that's the beauty of the soil hole, because you can see right through that profile
can.
to a really to a deep depth that you wouldn't normally do.
Soil, stone.
Yeah, but actually,
More stone.
There's quite, you
Even
know,
more
Pickett's
stone.
piece where the most of the plots are. It's I don't know why it's called Pickett's piece. It's kind
It's
of
horrible. It was actually, we used to farm where the Diddley Squat farm shop was. We used to farm that.
yeah, the top of it's got a clay cap on.
Yeah, but then
Which-
we pulled it all out, didn't we? Can you remember? I remember getting right into that corner with the drill. It was a nightmare.
You grew
Where
a
the-
sensational crop of wheat on there.
We did
Charlie
grow.
told me.
Remember that Missouri drill?
Oh, Missouri. Yeah, that was very good.
That was the year we didn't film.
Yeah, it was.
it
Yeah, we
yielded-
were demoing drills then.
It
that
yielded
time.
super
It
well.
did. It did.
But that's the beauty of having it here at Diddley Squat, is the fact that it is, you know, a working farm with all the challenges that every other farmer up and down the country has to deal with. It's not necessarily a showpiece soil profile. There is difficulties and challenges that we are dealing with and addressing. But Jonathan, 2026 marks a big change for cereals. Why move the event now, and why was it chosen? Why did you choose Diddley Squat?
Well, we've historically for the sort of 20 years or so that I've been a visitor to cereals, it's alternated between two sites, one in Cambridge or one or two in Lincolnshire, and it's felt like a right time to bring it to a wider audience, slightly further west, and hopefully open it up to some different visitors. It's representative of this area. Arable farming doesn't stop at Peterborough. You know, it's nationwide.
Good. That'll do you.
And the PR behind it is very good. And I think it's a great honour to have cereals here. I mean, I've been going to cereals for what? 3-4 years?
You've been brief. Jeremy, that's exactly what he said.
What?
He's prepped him.
Yeah.
I prepped Jeremy probably.
No, that's genuinely the feeling from the home team. You know, it is an honour. You know, we've got the creme de la creme of the British farming, businesses. They will be coming, and oh yes, they will judge. We know that, don't we?
Oh yeah.
But they'll and you said earlier, it'd be warts and all, Sandy. They'll see what we can do. This isn't a Cambridgeshire fen. This isn't a really good Northamptonshire hand slate series. Chalky boulder clay. This is Cotswold brash, and we'll do as well as we can do.
I think that's one of the things from an exhibitor's point of view. I think that's one of the things that's quite interesting from our aspect, because obviously we want our crops to look immaculate on the day, but the challenge here is going to be it's different to what people are used to seeing at cereals when it was at Cambridge or Lincoln. And we've got to make sure that all those crops that we're putting out there, including some of the weird ones like canary seed and linseed and borage and things like that, they've all got to work. And they need to work because, as you said, farming doesn't stop at Peterborough. So we do need to show they work everywhere.
Not that when you say Cotswold brash, I mean it's difficult. What is Cotswold brash? Yeah, okay, you get stone, but does it hold moisture? Like last year, for example, it rained continuously. Yeah, we had a really wet year. Well, actually, what happened? It just went straight through. So therefore, we could keep getting on. We could get on with stuff, which is great. But then, of course, this year in the drought, you think, oh, did it hold any moisture? Oh no.
No.
It just goes straight through again. So therefore, it just dries out on the top ever so quickly. So therefore, I would say it's a challenge in the Cotswolds to farm and try and get any sort of good numbers in terms of yield wise.
Have you read this script? That's literally my next question. but genuinely, Caleb, you know Diddley Squat better than probably anyone. So what is it like to farm here?
Yeah, no, I mean I've been here for 10 years now. Mad that, isn't it? 10 years, yeah. Oh. 10 years.
So Caleb used to work for, I don't know why I'm explaining who you used to work for, Caleb, but I'm going to carry on. So the contractor that we had, Howard Paulding, you started with him, didn't you?
Yeah, so I set my contracting business up at age 15. And then I didn't have enough work really. I was just topping horse pallets because, of course, as a young guy with a 100 horsepower tractor, go knock on a farmer's door and go, right, I'm a contractor, I'm in. They go, well, what are you going to do? I'm going to top your field. They go, yeah, we've got a 100 horsepower tractor and we've got a topper. So therefore, I went out to the market of horsey people and started topping horse pallets. Anyway, to grow my next step, I had to work full time, see, as well. I couldn't have enough money to warrant myself to work for my own company. So as I started that, I started working for a person called Howard down the road here. And he was the contractor on Diddley Squat Farm. So therefore, he was doing all the stuff that I basically do now, but I was the middleman. So I was sitting in the tractor, I was doing the jobs. And I would say to him, he was very nice. I got on with him very well. I think I worked there for 5 years. And he gave me the lead. He went, right, you know what you're doing. Go and up yourself. Go and give me the responsibility. That's the word I'm looking for. And anyway, when he retired and Jeremy decided to take this on, I thought this is the time to grow. And I asked Charlie about, being the contractor in there. Everyone would be like, well, we're going to do a TV show. We don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I just want to be the farm. If I can get that contract under my belt and say, look, you're going to farm Diddly Squat as a contractor, that's the next step for me. And I went and bought 2 big tractors, not knowing I had the contract just yet. And luckily it came through, and the way it planned out was that, after looking after the farm for 2 months while Jeremy and yourself were trying to do the planning for the farm show, I was just looking after the stuff behind the scenes, like making it top in, making sure everything was clear and ready to go for filming. And it wasn't until the last day of the 2 months that I was helping to look after, and got stopped at the bottom of the drive and went, Caleb, can you just go back up and see Jem in the office? If you remember watching me on Clarkson's Farm Series 1, you see me walk into the office, and that's how it all started, and I've been there ever since. So yeah, it's 10 years this year.
Yeah.
I've been here. So we should throw a party. I've made it. I've made it.
Kieran, how long have you been involved here?
I think it's from
You
2019.
you started helping when I started the business up. You started helping Howard a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah,
but he was
so
doing
I
the hay making.
self-employed, and I went to do the hay with Howard and you.
Yeah.
And then I went off to do something else, and then 2019.
Yeah, you went off farming turkeys and all this stuff.
Yeah, and sheep.
And sheep. Yeah, you did a bit of sheep.
Let's move away from this quick. Yeah.
Back to
and
but
then 2019, I think I started for you full time.
Yeah.
And then been there since today.
Yeah. What's that? How many years is that? So what? 6 years? God,
6 years.
look at that.
I need a celebration. Working with him.
Not that bad. I'm quite pushy, I admit, but not that bad.
Brotherly love.
So coming back to the event, Sean, what are you looking forward to most about cereals this year? Both personally and from a NIAB perspective.
I think, NIAB certainly are looking forward to being in a different area, seeing a different group of people, and the different disease pressures that we may get over here, the different growing conditions, the discussions that they'll have, because it's not just us talking to people, it's us listening to people, and it's a learning process for people on our stand as well. You can talk to people, and some of the conversations will lead to ideas for future projects. So, and personally, I'm looking forward to overcoming the land type and the challenges that it's that it's giving. Because I must admit, when you first walked onto the field, it was like walking on a smashed up patio. It was quite.
That's a new one.
That's a bit harsh.
Great. That is great. A smashed up patio.
But luckily we've had 74 mil of rain since then.
But I come from Lincolnshire with grade 1 silts, and my my background's been in vegetable work where everything is, you cannot deal with.
Just want to point out we can
of,
grow vegetables here.
Yeah, but we've drilled the rate now, and it's coming fine. We've just got to learn how to manage the cultivations a bit better, I think, because you stick anything powered in there, it's just going to bring all the stone back up, all the old trash from the herbal lay is just going to come straight to the top again. So we've got to look at different ways to manage it and to drill it.
But does that not give farmers an opportunity to see how these crops perform in different soil types?
Oh,
you say
absolutely.
Not every land or every farm or every cereal site is going to be grade 1 in Lincolnshire.
No, and that's why it's good that it's come across to this area. Give the people from this side of the country a chance to see the event on the sort of land and soil type and conditions that they have to deal with day in and day out.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely a good thing.
Yeah, and actually it's interesting already. We've got not just, John, you'll correct me, but I've walked them a few times. We've got oilseed rape, but we've also got triticale and wheat that's been... The wheat was drilled on about the 8th, 9th of September, wasn't it? It was really...
Even earlier than that, I think. First week in September,
Yeah. So, and actually the way they're developing is, which will be fascinating up here, because at 670 feet up we are on the site. Yeah. It's not the top of the farm, because it gets a bit higher at the aerodrome, which is probably 400 feet higher than cereals last year in Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
So, and that's, as Nigel said, for the challenge of the spring crops as well and alternative crops, it's which is why the blend of farming system, it's establishment is, it's not just plough press, which you might ordinarily get, but the farming system has moved on, so it's a bit more real perhaps than it might be. Perhaps we should have learned that when we cultivation established, but but that's just the method we're adopting here.
Yeah, and from your point of view, Nigel, similar, you deal with premium crops with, say, niche crops. You mentioned canary seed previously. Would you typically grow canary seed on ground like this, or does that present opportunities there?
We've got growers all over the place from that point of view. So yeah, we're growing everywhere, but obviously we do see the variation in performance, just like you would with wheat or rapeseed, in different soil types. And the trick is to manage the crop precisely for the conditions you're dealing with. And it is things like different types of cultivation, different weed spectrum, and dealing with different water conditions. I'm going to be careful about that because we get rainfall everywhere, but as you said, Caleb, the rain comes, it goes straight through. Whereas in other parts of the country, it just sits there for weeks on end, and so it's managing the crop in the different situation really from that point of view. But yeah, most we can grow most of the crops we've got in most parts of the country reasonably successfully, certainly profitably. Otherwise, we wouldn't bother.
I think I'm looking forward to it, Johnny. But I think one of the challenges we'll have if we have a wet spring will be disease control in some of these wheat trials, because we are wetter in the west. We're I don't know what Andrew Ward gets, 21, 22 inches of rain a year. I don't know what that is in new money.
We get 27, I think.
We get 27, 28, maybe
28, 28, I think it is on average year.
So
which worries me though, because we've had about 7.
It's a third more rainfall.
There wasn't a lot in the spring this year.
No, I know,
But
it wasn't an average year this year, was it?
But if we're a wet spring, the disease potential will.
Which
we've had it
going
before over here, and particularly Septoria. I remember 2012, we had a cracking rust year here because it was warm and wet, and that was.
We were on Skyfall then, though, weren't we?
Probably.
I thought we were on Skyfall. That was when Skyfall come big.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that because you're probably too.
No. It's been a cracking variety for us up here.
Those of us with spring crops, of course, would quite like a nice wet spring to get things away. Because the problem with
once we've got
going further east is they get all the rainfall
all
the rainfall in the winter, but then it stops in March and we don't see it again till September. And it's the distribution of the rain as much as it.
Well, in podcast 14 of the Cereals podcast, we'll know a lot more. Won't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with hindsight, we'll be able to look back
I think
at this,
it will be a different mix. And actually, those, farming now, we had a huge, spread of input this year in the commercial markets. You had people spending £40 a hectare on fungicides to 120, 130 pounds a hectare on fungicide, depending on the advice they were given, the varieties they were growing, the location. And it almost actually should be a trial of what is it, because every sort of section of farming now, there's without subsidy, without environmental payments, you have to challenge what was the norm. So understanding what varieties can give is actually a really important part of what we can try and demonstrate. That's what we're going to try and do, isn't it, Johnny?
Absolutely.
We will have 32 varieties of untreated winter wheat on the live stand, so that will be a really good showcase for the disease pressure in the area.
Because there's often a comment in the east, if because of exactly what you're saying, so that is that you can't tell between the untreated and the treated, so actually. That might be one of the real take homes from this, which if I was a breeder, I'd just have a slight bead of sweat coming down the side of my head.
But that's always part of cereals in the crop plots, isn't it? You always show the untreated versus treated varieties and that the difference in how it responds to disease pressures. Is that more shown?
More NIAB, yeah. We because we got different species rather than different varieties. We got a few different varieties, especially in linseed, but most of the time it's demonstrating different species and using species to to place those in the right spot and manage those correctly.
Do all your growers normally put muck down beforehand?
Um,
A lot of muck
some
going
of-
down before your.
Some of them will, but not all of them.
I would say,
Are
well,
you
we,
looking for some work?
No, because
I mean, I love spreading muck.
we put muck on the site, didn't we?
Yeah,
it had
well,
farm
I've got
manure.
this. I've got this thing in the back of my head, yeah, and it's stuck with me forever. And that is, you can't farm without an arsehole.
That's true, yeah.
It is true. It is true. It is true. And the reason you say that, actually, you need all this organic matter. And of course, like you say, that's come out of a 2-year lay. We put muck on it. Your organic matter in that it's going to be amazing.
You ever been at the ploughing championships over there? They love slurry.
Do they?
Irish boys love slurry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's all
they
about, it's all
use
about
a lot
slurry
of it.
kit.
But that's one of the interesting things of coming west is because
You get
one
a
of
lot
the
more-
things the guys in the east would be saying is, can I get hold of them?
got it.
Yeah.
Hasn't
got it.
abundance
I mean, we
of it.
spread-
Chickens maybe,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, the rest of it, there's not a huge amount of
This
livestock,
year,
yeah.
so far, as a contract, we've nearly spread 110,000 tonnes of muck.
Wow.
That's 3 spreaders.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Good effort.
It's insane, isn't it? And that's everything. I mean, that is actually everything. That is chicken muck, cow muck, pig muck, you name it.
Yeah.
We're spreading it. Turkey muck,
Human.
Rhino.
human muck, yes, sludge.
I hear
sludge cake.
rhino here. Did Jeremy
Yeah, we
mention
did-
he
yeah, we did
rhino here?
rhino, yeah.
That's a new one for me.
Yeah, rhino. That's actually what went on that.
Is it any
that
good?
field. Well, I reckon so, because of
In
course a
terms of-
cow has. I think it's someone told me the other day a cow has 4 stomachs. Obviously, I don't think a rhino has that. I'm not the expert in rhinos here, though, by all means. And
Any
I'm looking
advance
at
on
some of
that,
this, and I've just
Kieran?
realised that no
That's
one
a
actually
really
is.
good question. Is
But-
a rhinoceros
I,
has it got a rumen?
but I don't think
I know
it chews it up as much. So therefore, the nutrition in the muck should be more.
is it a white or a black rhino? Because one's a browser and one's a grazer.
I'm not sure. But no, what I'm saying is that
Surely that's a topic for next series.
I think.
Stick it
I
down
think
on that
Cereals
board over there.
podcast episode
we got
2.
to analyse. We got to analyse.
Rhino shit.
But it's lower. It's lower nitrogen,
get
but it's very high
10,000
in
tonnes of it,
very high.
Okay.
Very high in K.
Yeah.
So which quite often these soils need a bit more K. So it's it's just really good organic matter.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So, Jonathan, we're filming this on the 23rd of September. How have things gone so far on the site?
Well, we're early days really. We've established some oilseed rape, it's come well after some moisture toward the end of August, just into early September. Sean and I have both been establishing some stewardship mixes, which feature on various different stands. We're not really into the swing of drilling any winter cereals just yet. Possibly end of this week, last week in September.
What did you do to your
beginning of
windscreen this
October.
morning?
My windscreen. Well, I didn't have a frost, but there has been
We
a
scraped
frost. a bit.
ice off the windscreen this morning.
Yeah.
I saw frost on the way up this morning. I
temperature's
saw
fallen,
frost in
yeah.
some of the fields, some of the valleys. There was a touch of frost. It was cold.
Yeah,
Another weird year, isn't it?
it is. I think we'll start drilling wheat.
Shortly.
Yes.
And how does that tie in with what Kieran and Caleb, what you've been doing on farm so far? Are you making any significant changes here at Diddley Squat?
I wouldn't
Out
say
with
there's
the
a lot of
cereals
changes.
sport?
I mean, there's a lot more obviously going into grass for parking cars and,
Oh, of
and
course,
walkways
yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But actually, that's not really affected us at all, really, because of course it's only 2 more fields that we're putting back into grass.
Yeah.
So they've all been, like we said, they've all been a lay for 2 years so far. So actually, it's the 2 fields we're going to miss. Actually, could do with a little bit of a rest and a little bit of a break. Compaction's going to be a little bit of a weird one next year, but we've got some good sumos and that to go through this stuff to bake it all up. But no, I mean, we've just been overseeding to try and, because of course it's been so dry, hasn't it? We didn't really have a cut off the GS4. We grazed some of it with sheep, which they didn't do a very good job because it's quite stalky
Yeah.
and so on. And of course, because it's so dry, there's nothing to fill the bottom out, so therefore they just walk between the things. And what do you want me to eat? So we had one cut off one bit, which looks lovely and green now, doesn't it? So we've just been overseeding basically, trying to fill in the gaps where it has been a bit patchy and dried out. Now the cracks are covered up. Go in there and
We'll start drilling middle end of next week.
yeah, we're all
Probably.
ready this side, isn't we?
Yeah.
So, get the drills going, which would be nice.
Did you say you got some winter linseed in as well, Jonathan?
We've just got the winter linseed in, Nigel, yet. Yeah.
Be interested.
But that
No
had
flea
fleas on.
beetles on that.
Well, it'd be the pigeons that live in the woods the other side that,
Well, we'll net that.
yeah, I was going to
We
say.
can do something about them.
I drilled some last week and netted it just to be sure. Yeah.
Another good reason to leave the netting on, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cheating. See what happens.
But at least you've got something to show.
Well, yeah,
come June.
I know, yeah. Where's the plot
Well,
gone? Wow,
well,
you know, Caleb said to take the netting off and the flea beetles at it.
We can drill it
And the
again in the
pigeons
spring,
come.
can't you, Caleb?
Yeah, you can. You have to do get the drill back on.
That's what we have to do in real farms. Oh, that field failed. Let's re-drill it.
Well,
Literally.
it has been known at cereals before now.
Has it?
To re-drill.
That won't happen.
Ah, the truth out. I was told nothing's ever been re-drilled.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
We're all looking at you, Jonathan.
I'm probably old enough to remember.
Mic drop, boom.
Yeah.
I'm saying the well out of this conversation. Keep going.
I can remember when cereals was at Newbury,
Where's that?
Berkshire.
Down the A34.
just down the road.
okay.
You take your
Nice round
spreaders
there.
past
Yeah.
it.
What was the first event? Was it Barley 79, something like that? That it.
We
that
just
it
had
came
that
from?
conversation with
I
Ali.
think it was Barley
this morning.
79. That was in the
Yeah.
Cotswolds, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
What's that grown?
Yeah.
What is it called? Barley. It's not a place called Barley. Is it in the Cotswolds?
No, I think it was
Just
rather
because
than
it was-
cereals.
Oh, it's called barley.
Whether
There
it
is
was
a place
focused
called
on
It's
barley.
Why would you
people-
name it barley? You go, there's wheat out there, which is a much better crop. Come on. Profit margins on wheat, but no, we'll name it barley. Itches like a fucking bitch. So itchy. I fucking hate barley. Cereal is a much better name, by the way.
that was
Thanks.
One off on one.
yeah, that's for the post 9 o'clock edition. of the,
I'll tell you what, actually itches worse, and that's Echium.
Oh,
Oh,
you got a mask up and everything on that.
yeah. You putting that in?
No.
Good, I would plough it up.
we haven't
Do you
got
fancy-
Echium.
do you fancy
That's really
putting
good.
that
We
in
got borage, that'll itch.
Yeah,
the
that
great thing
was
about the Echium did really, these
Yeah, if you get it
alternatives.
right, then you get the right year for it. It's
But
not...
tidied up the blackgrass in that
It did. It
aerodrome.
did, yeah.
It's
it
really,
did.
we have blackgrass here.
I was going to ask Sean, or a question to all the panel. You know, off the backdrop of what many farmers would call a mixed harvest this year, what conversations do you think farmers are going to be having, and what things are going to be most important, are going to be particularly of interest to farmers over the next 12 months on the run up to cereals 2026? Sean, do you want to?
I think, well, I
Kick
think
that off.
we've sort of covered it a little bit before, but I think the run up to cereals, and particularly when it comes to the event, it's going to be focused on what happens in this area.
Yeah.
And I think that is going to be a big focus for the event, not just for us, but for all the companies that are growing crops here. It is a different area. It will bring its own set of challenges, and there's going to be a lot of conversations around those challenges for the area.
And what would you say are the biggest issues for arable farmers over the next sort of 12 months?
The weather, yeah, prices,
Yeah.
yeah, not just for what they're getting for what they grow, but prices of all the inputs.
Yeah.
You know, Charlie's already mentioned about the how much you can spend per hectare, and it's a careful balancing act between what you spend and what you're going to get back.
And to you, Charlie, you discussed with Jeremy earlier this morning. You saying is, you know, what advice would you give to farmers, and you know, hope that the current government's got 3 years left, and farmers just need to sort of sit it out and grind it out. Do you think we're at the bottom of the dip and things are going to get better? What's your advice to farmers? What are you seeing in your daily work?
Yeah, it's just being the best, doing the best. You know, you can. I mean, I think for the first time in 3 or 4 years, if we get a decent establishment period,
Yeah.
that'll set the tone very differently for all growers. You know, I think it was literally probably autumn 21, maybe 22. I can't remember which one it was, but you know, it's been a while since we've had just a nice autumn establishment period.
Yeah.
And actually that will set the tone a lot. You know, if we get crops drilled, you know, we've had it with oilseed rape. Oilseed rape's actually coming through remarkably well. You know, there seems to be pretty, the flea beetle pressure seems lower, you know, again this year, which is great. If that's the same for cereals, barley, wheat, rye, where it's going in, that'll make a huge difference, because, you know, once you've got things established, if you get, you know, the crop going under, well, then it'll be so much more robust just to cope with any, winter weather. Yeah, prices are a challenge. It's just about adding premiums where you can. I mentioned risk management this morning. And not exposing the business to too much risk. So it's and it will be a challenge for manufacturers. But battening down the hatches but farms will invest still, on a sensible plan. So we've got those 5-year investment plans for most businesses. What does that look like? There's quite a lot of businesses collaborating, where people are working together now a bit more. Well, they need probably a bit more investment. So, there's good opportunity for people to, to come and look at new technology, look at different types of drills, tractors. We've got Farm Equipment Technology Fund, which, has run this year. And, DEFRA have said actually, certainly that the plan is to run that again for 26. So there's a huge amount of equipment that, people can, take the opportunity to get funding to help them improve their productivity. So, productivity gains is where, every farmer should be. Again, not wanting to teach them to suck eggs, but, but that's the basis, of the business. It's about staying in the game, isn't it? If that's what you want to do, it's not making decisions that, might, so it's doing the basics really well.
Yeah. And what
which
you
is
see
hopefully what, we're doing here.
Yeah.
Just good crop establishment.
And what are you guys seeing out on farm, Caleb, in terms of contracting? As you see, are people knuckling down? Are the
I'm seeing. I mean, I don't know how many farmers I see a year, maybe 100, 150. I don't know. I see so many.
more than that.
We cover such a big area, but I'm seeing the morale being incredibly low.
Yeah.
Incredibly low. And it upsets me, but at the same time, every time I go onto a new farm and they go onto the morale and I see that the morale's low, I just try and make them smile. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? You've got to keep smiling in your process of doing what you love doing. And let's face it, why is everyone farming? Yeah, okay, they were born into it, but actually why they're farming is because they love it.
Yeah.
And what it should be, they love it and they get paid fairly for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I can make a farmer smile from having a bad day to a good day, I've made an achievement to myself. So, and like you say, I mean, people are still investing in the right places. I mean, maybe saving a little bit of money here and there, and maybe putting in a little bit more grass, or But beef's doing incredibly well at the moment. Yeah. So, it coming back to my theory, and that is you can't farm without an arsehole. I think every single farm should be mixed. I think there was a reason it was mixed going way back 50, 60 years ago, 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And therefore, I think down the line of 25 years ago, everyone was going, right, actually, I'm going to be the contrary of growing wheat. I'm going to grow barley. I'm going to grow, hairless canary. But you know what I'm saying? In terms of what, should we specialise in one thing or should we have two different things? Because what happens, actually, if you grow wheat and you beef, if the wheat price is down, and the cow price is up, actually, on the books, it balances itself out all the time.
Yeah.
But not only that, you can go, actually, I don't want to sell my wheat £140 a tonne, I'm going to give it to my cow.
Yeah.
160, what is it at the moment? 160? Roughly at the moment?
Roughly, yeah.
But, you know what I mean? So, you're making profit margins on that? Probably not. But if you feed it to your cow, you might make something.
Yeah.
So, and we're seeing a lot more of that.
And that investment, actually, we're talking about, doesn't necessarily have to be, it's machinery assets. What we have seen and what we have got people, clients, sort of basically is drainage, or buildings, and actually, because they're taking a generational view and investment, and actually, drainage is one of the things that I think, I know there are various reports on it, but we see 12, 15, 16, 17% returns on good drainage systems, depending on the soil type. We're not going to see much here, let's be honest.
We are a drain.
So Ali asked if there was anywhere which we could put a drainage scheme, and I was like, maybe not. But actually, I think we have thought somewhere. But so it's the wider, it's just, what can make your whole business more productive? I think that's the critical thing.
Excellent. And I think that's the importance of events like cereals, and not just cereals, but events throughout the year in the farming calendar, in terms of, as you spoke about this morning, Charlie, bringing people together, keeping morale high, ideas, innovation,
That's
and
a
to
good thing
get
with cereals, just isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I come this year. I went to cereals this year, and actually, I was like, oh god, I think farmers are going to be upset, and they're going to be again the morale low. But actually, just the sound of cereals actually encourages that farmer. Actually, I'm going to smile on that day. Go and get a free beer from a dealer or whatever, and then go and have a look at.
Didn't you get
X, Y,
driven
Z.
round all day?
No, I didn't. No.
You had a buggy, didn't you?
Yeah, I busted my ankle.
your ankle.
And
I
drove
was on
into
a
me.
I did drive into it. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
It was on an insurance company, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to go with him.
No, it was good.
But there was a real sense of optimism, and I think I was quite surprised at that as cereals just gone, which was
So I can't wait for
encouraging to see.
26.
Hopefully, just hope you're not on one this year. So
No, it
it'll
won't
be quite
be.
bumpy this year.
It will be quite bumpy.
No, it wasn't. No, it
The
was
stones.
It was
no,
quite
no,
stony
no, no.
last year. No, this year.
I think it was rougher last year. The grass we put in this year
Yeah.
be like a thatch.
I've
It's
just
smooth.
finished rolling. I rolled it on. I was out there on a Sunday, rolling.
It'd be more interesting.
Do you know what I did? So listen to this. I don't know if
I
I've told
don't know
you,
what
but
you did.
so you overseeded it. Yeah.
Pray do tell.
I've then rolled it. Jeremy came and see me on Sunday, about mid morning. I remember it very well. Said hello to me. It was, Formula 1 starting at 12. You know what he did? The bit that I've just rolled, he drove straight over the top of. Like just straight, every single line that I've just done, straight over the top. You know, you put them lovely little, when you roll a field, you put the colours in. Did all that, looked lovely, and he just drove straight across it.
I'll tell you a story about that. What happened last year at the crop plot days, Jonathan?
What did happen?
This
It
man-
was you, wasn't
This
it?
this man had his grass cut to within an inch, and of course, yours truly, Nick's
it looked
Andrew
like a
Moore's
bowling
discovery,
green.
and decides
Yeah.
to take it over with a trailer, and I'm getting absolute pelters from him at the side, and I had to go home with my tail between my legs, and then I think it was 2 weeks later, I saw a video of the new John Deere 9RX 830, all of 38 tons sitting on the same
Like,
field.
yeah.
And so I phoned you and I said, don't get me.
You've had a bollocking as well then.
Oh,
I've had a bollocking as well, to be fair.
But anyway,
Who did you get yours
I'm
from?
not sure.
Oh,
Don't know.
I know.
one of many, no doubt.
Probably.
Yeah.
BMW.
I don't know.
Final quick fire to each one of you. If you could sum cereals up in a word, what would it be, Nigel?
I had 3 words.
Oh, sorry, go on then.
Yes,
3 words.
that allowed?
originally. Yeah. Well, that's what was in the script originally.
You got a script.
He's telling me I don't have enough time for 3.
sorry, one word.
No, go on,
Go
3. What is
Yeah,
it?
no, the 3 words I
Go.
put was Sirius 26 is going to be a Lamborghini tractor. It will do all the jobs you want it to do, but with a lot more pizzazz.
That's a lot more than 3 words, Nigel.
Well, the 3 words.
Have you,
for
ever been in,
Lamborghini.
have you ever been in a Lamborghini tractor? Because they are utterly shit.
Oh,
If you're gonna, please let's not compare it to a Lamborghini tractor.
No,
please.
fair enough.
Please. Make another word up quickly.
Make another word up. Yeah, no.
Caleb, 3 words, please.
3 words. Boost. Morale boost. Something else. I don't know.
I'll do.
Jolly.
Sorry. Yeah, like I said, it's a morale boost for everyone on the day. You know what I mean? It uplifts morale. Better look at that.
Sean, how would you sum it up? You could do more than 3 words. Let's put it broken
New.
3 words.
Busy, stony.
I knew that was
Broken
coming.
patio.
Yeah.
We'll overcome it. We'll overcome it. It's going to be fine.
Getting farmers together.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Very good.
Laborious behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
all,
4, but
it's
it's
all
good.
worth it, isn't it? It's
Yes.
all worth it.
I don't know what laborious means.
Labour intensive.
Oh,
Lot-
fucking
a
hell,
lot
yeah.
of man hours.
That's
going
one of your
into it.
favourite word, that is.
Laborious.
Yeah, laborious.
Laborious.
Sounds good. Rolls off the tongue as well. I like it.
You guys are going to
Write
have to work
that
together
down,
for the next 12 months, 9 months.
8
It'll be good
months.
fun. Charlie,
Great fun already.
I think that's fair. I think it has been. Certainly, if this morning's anything to go by, it's been absolutely cracking. for
Great
you.
fun already. As I'm getting a bollocking. Charlie, where are you? I'm not around, buddy.
I'm miles away. It's like you going past. No.
Literally.
Well, thank you all very much, gents. Thanks to Nigel, Caleb, Sean, Kieran, Jonathan, and Charlie. Don't forget to mark your diaries for the 10th and 11th of June 2026 for cereals at Diddley Squat Farm. The next episode of the podcast will be out in the new year, so don't forget to subscribe to that. And of course, head over to the YouTube channel for more content and the website at cerealsevent.co.uk for your tickets and to register for next year's event. Thank you all very much, gents.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.